Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be focusing on one of the main important factors of bodybuilding, and that is how to grow muscle. What actual sets and reps do we take to grow muscle? There's a lot of different variations. I'm going to break through them. I've also got a back day in with my sets in, so the video is going to be broken down into two segments. So if you want to watch just the video where I'm working out, time link will be down below. Or if you want to learn a bit more and actually find out how to build muscle, the time link will be down in the description as well. But before we go to the actual footage of me doing my back day, I just want to break down the simple factors of how to build muscle. There is a lot of information and a lot of variations on how to build muscle. But the one simple rule you really got to know how to build muscle is the rep range. The rep range is very important whether you're going to be building muscle or strength. If you are wanting to build muscle, you have to at least hit over 6 reps to, I would say, 15. Doesn't matter. That is the point where the muscles are growing and they are growing to be bigger. If you are hitting anything under 6 reps, it's more classed as strength. You do a lot of sets doing 1 to 2 reps, a heavy set, and this is more for strength, looking to compete in powerlifting. You won't see people lifting over 6 reps at all in any of their programs that they have been gave to them or they've done themselves. What is the sweet point? How many reps, how many sets should there be? What is the perfect range? Do you have to do over 6, over 8, over 10? Do you have to always hit the 12 to 15? We all have heard hypertrophy, and we've basically been told we've got to hit 15 reps basically for 4 sets, and that's not true. The reason why, because everybody is different. What a rep range is for one person is a completely different rep range for another. Somebody could find 15 reps very easy and not challenging just because of the person they are. Other people might be hitting certain rep range and lifting up the weight more. It might be a heavier weight. So it all depends on who you are as a person and what your sort of goals are. But I tend to disagree with people saying that you got to hit 15 to get into that hypertrophy. The hypertrophy really isn't a number. It is a number for yourself. As long as you are hitting a rep range where you are getting to failure, I would say always work to failure. That is your hypertrophy. And sometimes when you are going and doing so many sets on so many different exercises, it can lead to fatigue and actually losing control, losing the actual exercise and not working the muscles as you should, like when you was at the start of the workout. But I'm going to go more into it after the actual workout. This is my first back day on prep, and in the video I actually go through it a bit more on what my sets are, and I'll explain why I'm doing my sets after the workout. So enjoy the workout, and I'll see you back in a minute.
So first of all, you have to do a taxing movement, get the movements out which are more taxing first, and then gradually work down the exercises which don't take as much effort, because obviously your body is fatiguing throughout the workout. So when you come in to do the first movement, make sure you're doing a compound movement, a movement which is very taxing on your actual whatever body part you're working, and then just do that, and then gradually throughout the workout you will actually start deteriorating, and that's when you incorporate more lighter exercises where it doesn't take full range of motion to actually execute them. Done this, one set of this, that's it. And now I'm going to start hitting the back in different angles to grow that back bigger. Now going on the isolateral machine. This is obviously hitting the lat, it's like doing a pull-up. I'm going to be starting on 2 plates per side at the moment, because obviously I'm still getting back into the gym, and hopefully pushing between 6 to 10 reps. Then I'm going to do another set after that, which is going to be 1.5 plates, and then I'm just going to see if I can get to the magic 15 number, or if not, try and get in between that 10 to 15 rep range, and then we are done and we are getting on to the next movement. Now we've done pulling downwards, we're going to be doing some pulling towards us. This is just hitting the whole of the back. Obviously, when you want to build your back, you want to be doing, obviously, pulling from up in the air and then pulling towards you. This will make the thickness of your back. To do the row on a machine, just to hit the top part, so my elbows will be flared up and I will be rowing that way. I'm going to be doing 3 sets of this because it's coming to the end of the workout. My back is now taxing a lot. There's a short range of motion of this as well, so I don't have to fully extend, you know, from a heavy position down to a lower position. So it's a bit more less taxing, I would say. I'm not expecting to be able to lift as heavy as well. So I'm going to be doing 3 sets of this at a weight that I can manage and obviously squeeze into that, just pulling back and squeezing that back for at least 1 second and then releasing it and stretching it as far as possible.
Well, there you go. There was my first actual back day. It was actually quite a good back day. I was quite impressed with what I achieved. As you remember, it's not that long ago since gyms opened up, so it's still a sort of phase where you're learning how to get back to the gym, I would say, and the weights are not there on some movements, but they are on others. But today was quite a good, successful day. As you saw in my workout, my rep ranges and sets were completely different from what I've actually talked about at the moment. And I'm going to go through what I actually do and how I set out my workout, and maybe you should try this. We have all heard, like I said before in the video, about hypertrophy and lots of sets. We see lots of athletes, we see lots of people at the gym doing 3, 4, 5 sets at, trying to hit 12 to 15 in each of them sets. And in all fairness, it's wrong. It's too much, and the reason why it's too much is you are exhausting your body while you're working out. The more you work out, the less drive, the less power, the less strength, the less control is coming. It is deteriorating the more you work out. Fatigue sets in, and you got to remember, when you are doing all these sets, unless you are some superhuman athlete, you are not going to be able to perform as good as the first few sets to the last few sets. So if you're doing all these reps, all these sets, they're not going to be performed to the best at the end of the workout. The movements are going to be very, very more rigid. They're not going to be controlled. You're not going to be able to squeeze as much. The range of motion won't be as good as the first sets. And that's because you are exhausting the body so much by doing so many sets, by doing so many reps. And you're not actually tackling the muscles for half of your workout. So it's pretty much pointless doing them sets anyway. I chose a plan where I could actually do the most taxing exercises at the start of the workout. So a compound movement, a heavy lift or pull. It doesn't matter what workout it is, what part of the body you're working. I suggest do it with any part of the body. Get something that's very hard and taxing at the start. It's going to take the most effort. And just do 1, maybe 2 sets if you can do. And move on to the more isolation moves, tackling the different parts of the body after. When you're doing these exercises, only do 2 sets. Do a very heavy, but you can control the weight, you can actually squeeze the weight, and hit for 6. If you can 7, if you can get 8, fine. The way I work with this new plan is that the first set is going to be the more taxing. It was going to be basically the heaviest weight I could actually pull or push, whatever the exercise is, and where I can get full contraction of the muscles, so I can squeeze them, I can pull or lift at least 6. If I can get 7 or 8, that's brilliant. But it's a weight that I know I'm not going to get up to 12, and if I do, it needs to be heavier. This is going to be getting into that hypertrophy area still. Even though it's a lower, it will still be in that region. Plus it's going to be maintaining the strength in my body, so I'm still progressing in weight. Because one thing is, when you want to build muscle, you've got to not just stick to the same weight day in, day out, week in, week out. You need to progressive overload and build up the weight week by week. It can be 0.5 of a kg. It could be as little as that, but at least you are progressing. It can even be lifting or pulling the weight an extra rep, and this is still progression. Second set then will be a lowered weight, maybe 1 or 2 plates or whatever it is. If it's plate loaded, I'll do half a plate less, or if it's a machine, I'll do 2, maybe 3 lowered on the stack. And I will try to get 15. If I can't get 15, 12, 13, 10 will be fine. Anything where I am exhausting the muscles to a higher rep range. So I'm basically doing a sort of hybrid workout. The reason why I only do 2 sets is because I want to tackle the whole of the body. I want to go around my exercises and still feel like I can achieve the maximum with every single exercise. And I've planned the exercises out so the ones at the end of the workout are not as hard to do. It'll be something where I class it as the fluffy stuff, where it'll be something where maybe I know I'm stronger at, or maybe I know it's easier to perform. It doesn't take as much range of motion, or it's a lighter weight, and I will perform them at the end. I will still do some sets of 3 if it is something like that, because I just want to exhaust the muscles. But to build muscle, there is no right or wrong way. If you want to try and do 4 sets of 15 in your workout, and you can manage that and recover from that every single exercise and every single workout, then do it. It's going to build muscle, but I guarantee your fatigue will hit you halfway through your workout, unless you are some super genetic freak, and you're on something. But even I know people who are on gear, you still fatigue, and with the way I'm doing it, it is still fatiguing you, but you're hitting maximum weights, that you can do a good set where it's heavy and you will not get to 15 reps, and then you're doing a set where yes, you may be able to do 15 reps. So it is basically a bit of both, and it works out great because you're only doing 2 sets and your body's not getting exhausted throughout the workout as much as you would be doing 4 sets of 15, because after about 2 or 3 exercises, basically you'll be gone. You'll be absolutely exhausted. Your fatigue will be you'll be just no way be able to perform the other exercises the same as the first one. So I don't see the point in doing loads of reps and loads of sets thinking you're going to gain muscle, when if you can't perform them all at the same level, you're not going to build muscle. Now the workout part's done, there is one major factor that you need to know when you are building muscle as well, and that is food. You need to make sure you have got enough food in for you for your workout. Pre-workout meal before, I would say maybe an hour and a half before, so it gets ready, so it's ready so it's been digested and it's in your system, is key for a workout. Do not go to the gym on an empty stomach. You will just fail miserably, and you need food in you. I'm going to do a video about what sort of meals or snacks are brilliant for workouts, and different workouts need more than others. Like obviously like a leg day, it takes a lot more out of you, so you like to pump up the few more carbs in that day than others. It's going to do wonders for you when you're actually working out. And the last thing is protein. Make sure you hit your protein levels. If you don't know, it's 1 gram of protein for every pound of body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, 200 grams of protein. It's as simple as that. Obviously if you're cutting, then just bump it up a little bit, because it helps you with your keeping your muscles and maintaining your muscles. But that is basically the rules about how to gain muscle. Obviously executing the actual exercises, remembering to squeeze when you're in that pulling motion, and contraction for like a second if you can, and basically making every set, every rep like it's your last, and making sure that you're putting the maximum effort into your workout. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and prep at the moment is going quite well. You know, I haven't had no cravings yet. And it's quite hard because I do work in a shop with food, so it's been okay, but it's been quite good. I've actually just weighed myself. I'm not going to tell you what my weight is, but it's a very good weight, a very good weight already dropped off from me, and it's only half a week. I'm going to obviously go through my calories in another video. I'm going to tell you what cardio you should be doing on a prep. You know, there's loads of videos coming out, so bear with me, they'll be all coming out. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this, give me a big massive thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and ring that bell for more information about prepping and actually showing my journey through prep. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.